Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Good morning. Before we get started, this broadcast is for educational demonstration purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, for the love of God, please ask somebody. Let it be a licensed financial advisor. There is significant amount of risk when trading the financial instruments. It's important to know that I'm not a licensed financial advisor. With that being said, happy Monday. Your weekend is over. Let's do it. We had a great, blessed Easter. I hope everybody had a blessed Easter weekend. I've got a couple of pictures to show you. First, let me say good morning. Good morning, Rao, the Dukester. Dukester's here. Good morning, Sam. I had a great conversation with Sam last week. I was really happy to hear you doing well, Sam. Rao, 550 already making money. Rouse says he mostly uses the NQ scalper, the Mack truck, and the retirement plan. Good morning, Carol. Your lag indicator, that's on the market analyzer. If you go to your control center and select new market analyzer. Now she has this because we imported an indicator and a template for her market analyzer. If you don't have that indicator or template, it's not going to work for you. So Carol, just go to new market analyzer. And when your market analyzer pops up, you're going to right click and go to templates, load. There's your path on the market analyzer. And you're going to select that lag NS template. You might have to remove, I think there's a couple of outdated contracts. Okay, that might be there that you would have to right click on and remove the row. And then you can add the instruments that you want to it. Oh, it looks like the Duke's already helped you. Thank you, Duke. Yeah, you have to right click at that point, Carol. You're missing that one step. When this comes up with the bid and the ask, you're going to right click and you're going to go to templates, load, and you're going to select that lag template. Dr. Phil, welcome aboard, sir. Dr. Phil is officially a member of our trading family. The good doctor, Dr. Phil. Jorge, good morning. Good morning. All right, let me show you a couple of pictures from Easter. We had a jump house for the kids. A few of my neighbors and I got together and we put a little jump house up. And they had a little bubble machine, and the kids were jumping in the bounce house. And then we have my little one, who just couldn't find any Easter eggs. They were everywhere. Finally, she was able to find a few that had some chocolate-covered eggs, and she was happy as can be. So we had a really nice Easter. The kids love the bounce house. We set Easter eggs all around the yards there's three of us that all have little kids here down by the Air Force Base, and and the kids just had a wonderful time, a blessed Easter, and we were able to spend some quality time. And I hope that your Easter was a special one too. So now that our weekend is over and it's back to work, our ES30 range. Dr. Feel Good. Okay, Carol, good. So that ES30 range on the one-day pass, that's been a good one. If you're wondering which one-day passes to use and you're looking to get a funded account, the ES30 range has been doing very well, and the NASDAQ 30 range has been doing very well. If this is your first day joining us here today, my name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading. We're showcasing our automated bots. In full transparency, we want you to see how the system is able to automatically execute and manage the trades on your behalf. We're going to be doing our PA or funded account power play trade coming up at just a couple of minutes after the market opens. And that's the strategy that we're up about $24,000 since January. Now, these automated bots are trading the futures. It's important to know they trade the futures. And we're going to be trading our 1-2 punch, I like to refer to it as, is the NASDAQ and the E-mini. We've also diversified into crude oil and gold. And at times those get some really nice movement as well. We run the strategies through the overnight session, right through the London Open. And we have on our leaderboard, is what we call it, the bots that are performing the best. This is telling us which bots did well in the current trading session. My ES30 range just jumped in, it looks like. And my ES scalper. And armed with this information, it gives us a good idea of which bot we should put into our live account. We can look at as short of as today. I refer to it as the "What have you done for me lately?" This is today. We also have a really powerful metric in NinjaTrader, this trade performance, that we could do a little bit further of a look back and see historically which are our strongest bots. In the month of April, we can go from the 1st to the 21st and see month to date which bots are performing the best. So if you have one that is strong through the month of April and it's also on your leaderboard, well, that's confirmation. That's confirmation. It's not just an outlier. You got yourself a good bot. All right. Let me get my... All right, Rao, vacation time. Where are you headed for your summer vacation? Dr. Phil, how do you turn them on? You're going to come to your control center, Dr. Phil. On your control center, click on the bottom tab that says Strategies. And what you're going to do is you're going to start at the very top one, left click, and hold your mouse clicked and drag all the way down. So they all turn gray. Once they've all turned gray, then you're going to right click and you're going to select Enable. And all of them will simultaneously enable. Is that what you're referring to, Dr. Phil? Our morning power play trade is going to be on the NQ30 range. The trade is executed on this chart over here to my right, the NQ30. Oh, wow, that sounds beautiful, Rao. God bless. I hope you have a wonderful time. His hiatus. Okay, sure. Dr. Phil, what you're going to do to get these strategies enabled is you're going to go to your control center and click on the Strategies tab on the bottom. Once you've clicked on the Strategies tab, scroll up to the very top one, and you're going to left click your mouse and drag all the way down so they all turn gray. Once they're all gray and you've selected them all, then you're going to right click right in the middle of your control center. Just right click and select enable. That will turn those babies on. You be ready to rock and roll and whatnot. Dr. Feel Good. Let's bring the 20 Unirenko over. I always like to see, we don't want any unpleasant surprises. So let's familiarize ourselves in the next 2 minutes with the news reports that are coming out today and what the overall trading environment was from overnight. What did it do in the London Open overnight? Well, it looks like it took a big leg down overnight. Okay, a big leg down. This is midnight right here on the NASDAQ. Big leg down. The market doesn't like gaps. Look out for a retracement at the market open to support to the 50. I'm going to put our 20 Unirenko here, which is in a confirmed downtrend. Price is below our 50. And we're going to put the 30 range here, where price is above the 50. And we're going to look for an alignment of trend on our 20 Unirenko and our 30 range. Let's go to the Sim Power Play. Duplicate this in a new tab. We got our Sim Power Play here. Here. We'll go to this Sim Smart Stop 2. I'm going to rename my tabs just so I know what each one is. This is my Power Play. Okay. No, I should have though, right, Rao? That's really why they called, I was listening to David Wise, you mentioned that. That's really why he called off, put a delay on the tariffs, was over those bonds. Okay, the market just opened. Oh, look at that. Our Power Play jumped in at 9:30. Took a full winner. We're getting that up. We're getting that push to the upside. If it breaks through this area of resistance, I'm going to go ahead and enable it. I thought maybe at the open we would get a pop to the upside. We had a big move down overnight. I usually like to wait until about 9:32. Getting good volume here. We're at just under 3,000 contracts a minute. I always like to watch it take a trade or two just to see what the price action looks like. I'm looking for this break here. If we get this break, I'm all in. Oop. I don't want to trade into that. I don't want to trade into resistance. All right. Dr. Hansen, let's see if we get the break here. We're looking through a break of resistance. Here we go. Let's see if we can get in this trade to the upside. Nope. We're a little too tight to the 50 right now. I'm just going to hold up for a minute. Looking for a long entry here. Still bouncing, retesting support, resistance. Need a break right through this area of resistance. Mm. It's not going to execute a trade into these pivots. We need at least 60 ticks of clearance for it to pop in. Good morning, Suzanne. We're kind of caught in this ranging, choppy environment here. Market really hasn't found its way yet. We're stuck between the 50 and resistance. I'm going to turn my copier off. Let's let it play out here. We're kind of stuck in a ranging channel here. We had a big move down overnight. Let's take a quick look at the Forex Factory. Today is Monday, April 21st. If you're joining us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. Let's go. Let's get a break. Retested, retested. $10 a.m. CB leading index month over month is a yellow folder. Here we go. Maybe we get a push down. Nope. Support held up for now. Look for a short entry on the power play. We're in. We are in that power play. Let's get in the profit window. A little bit further. Push down. Push down. There we go. In the window. All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way. Push down. Bam. Got it. All right. That a way to start a Monday morning. That's the way to start the week right there. Caught 500 across all my accounts. It jumped right back in, but I disabled. If you didn't get the first one, you might be able to capitalize on this one. Another beautiful entry. That's the trade we were waiting on right there. It was trying to break that upside support resistance, couldn't get through. And before you knew it, lo and behold, the bears took over. So the power play scores. Bam. Nice, Oceans. K9. K9 got it. Yes, sir. The power play. That's how we do it. We're 1 for 1. That's the way we want to start the week. We just caught across all 3 PA accounts a $495 winner. So we just made up for Friday. Friday we had one down day. We don't let that throw us off course. Another nice short entry here. I'm going to move this trade copier. You see my PA accounts made $14.85 on the evals. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 evals made $500. Total of $3,000 across 6 accounts on the power play. And it's in another beauty to the downside. Bam, in the profit window, and in that, before you know it, you're up 690. And there's our 30 range 1 day pass. I was just mentioning that. The 1-2 combo, the ES30R, the NQ30R 1 day passes. If you played those on your evals, you're looking good. Eckert's on a roll. Dr. Phil, it could be a couple of things, a couple issues. What I would do is, Dr. Phil, is I would look in your log on the bottom of your control center. There's a tab called Log. If you hit that log, just see if you have any messages there regarding lag time. I'm going to get together with you today after this. That's why we want to run it the first day in sim. Okay, we need to make sure that everything is running properly. And we're going to go over all of that today with you, Dr. Phil. But man, that was picture perfect of an entry there. You could see the short entry. Right here. And boom, straight down into the heart of that move. Very little heat. That's the way we like it. Very little heat on that move. And bam. That was just a dynamite entry. On the NQ30 range 1 day pass. Let's see where it caught it. Oh, this is where it caught it here. It missed this move down. Got the retracement, and bam, it was in short to go up $2,700 on the 1 day pass. Param Roop. Yes. Yes, girl. Oh, I'm so happy you made my day. Nice one. Param Roop likes to play that 30 range 1 day pass. Today was no different. The power play is right back in. I'm trying to accumulate a little more data with it. All right. Wow. That's fantastic, Paramrope. Over the weekend, we put a new update on the iBots. We added a bot and a drone to all of our iBot strategies. Something is my ES4U took a trade, but none of the NASDAQ iBots did. All right, let's take a look at the ES. Listen, we're really firm believers of capital preservation. We hit our profit goal, we stop. We don't give it back. Let's bring our ES chart up. Our ES20 range drone is in on the iBot series. And since today is the first day, I just want to keep an eye on it. Sure, you got it. You got it, Paramroop. Yeah, we're going to, Dr. Phil. That's what I figured. That's what I had a feeling it was. If you have any, if you have a browser open, Dr. Phil, with a bunch of tabs, I always like to look at my task manager and see what's pulling the resources. If you have a Chrome browser open that with 15 tabs, well, it'd be a good idea to close it while you're trading. So we want to minimize the resources that your computer's using while we're running these bots. Power plays in another beauty here. My profit target's in a bad place. Whenever I see my profit target below support, it's always a good idea to just move it right above support. Why not? You won't get a full winner, but you know what? You're giving yourself a clear shot to your profit target. There, boom. Now, it might just go right through, but that's okay. That's okay. We're never going to go broke closing a trade a little too early with profits. Carol, Dr. Phil, Paramroop. I'll give you a call, Carol, and take a look right after lunch. Power play back in the game. That 30 range starting to find the ebb and flow. Ooh, that ES looks good on the 20 range. We noticed, come to think of it, the iBot ES20 range has an 80% win rate. It's incredible. We put a profit window in all the iBots now. Again, where our profit target is below support. Not an ideal location. What we want to do is put it right up here. Give it a clear shot. Let's help it out a little bit. Bam. And bam, it played the break. Now the 20 range I bought just went into my profit window. The profit window, let me tell you, it really makes a lot of sense. You're not going to risk more than you have the potential to make when you're just a few ticks from your profit target. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Now, this is what the leaderboard looks like. This does not mean that every bot I'm running is green. Okay? These are the ones that are green that come to our leaderboard, and it gives us an indication of which ones we should copy into our live account. If I scroll further down, you're going to see that there are some losing bots. These are the ones right now we're going to stay far away from because they're losing. We're going to really concentrate on the ones that have kind of found the ebb and flow of the market and are performing well in this current trading environment. So the ones that come right to the top of the leaderboard, where the 30 range one-day passes on the ES and the NQ, this 30 range velocity is kind of finding a rhythm here. You can see a pullback to support and a follow through into the trend. Now things got a little volatile. Looks like some buyers popped in. Our power play drone is up 800. The Smart Stop 2 is really the velocity without the velocity filter. Same bot. The ES20 range. Eckert. We're getting you there, Eckert. Slowly but surely, one step at a time. Doing great. Wow. Look at this ES scalper drone. Oh my God. You've closed all strategies. I'm assuming you've disabled all the strategies, Carol. If you've disabled all of the strategies and you're still getting lag, I would check to see how much data you have loaded on your chart by right-clicking your chart and going to data series and looking at to load data based on. Is this at bars or days? If it's at days, change it to bars, and anywhere from 250 to 500 bars. And change all of your charts to load only 250 to 500 bars under data series. Right click your chart, go to data series on all three of your charts. Here goes the power play. This 30 range is trading very well. Very well. And the ES20 range. Yeah, Eckert, man, I'm really pleased with how you've been doing. Sticking right to the rules. But Carol, if you all your charts only have 500 bars on them and you're still getting a tremendous amount of lag, I would restart your Ninja. I would just quickly restart. Yes. There's Jason. Good morning, Jason. Tony C. Good morning. Good morning. Well, that's really, Eckert, what we're using. That's the bot or the strategy that we renamed the power play. And we've automated the power play to trade, after 9:32, between 9:32 and whenever you get your first trade. And what it does, the only difference is it will only take a trade. The NQ30 range velocity will take a trade even if your 20 Unarenko is not in alignment of trend. So what we did with the power play, we added a filter where we're only taking trades when the 20 Unarenko is in agreement in trend. So we can use that NQ30 range velocity drone, especially if it comes to our leaderboard. But we have to keep in mind that without that power play condition, there's a little more risk on those entries where you don't have that multi-time frame alignment of trend, at least in my opinion. We want to be able to sidestep the losers. And I'm just afraid that with the velocity drone is not in alignment of trend with my 20 Unarenko chart, I'm afraid of the risk that comes with it. And listen, we may have some winners that pass us by, and that's the part that stinks. But more importantly, I think we're gonna sidestep a number of losing trades. Good morning, Jason. Trading Ascension. Jason's a professional trader. He's had our system for a long time, and he knows what he's doing. 20 range back in short on this E-mini. The bots are performing really well today. Let's see if we can get our profit window here. Another beautiful entry short. See if we get some follow through now the downside. Now, what happens now is, since we did go up, I believe $300, if we go 60 ticks towards our profit target, if my P&L goes to 300, what happens automatically with this strategy is my stop is now attached to my 15 EMA. So if it reverses on us, it's going to exit on the line change. Well, what's the line change? The 15 EMA is red. That's the dot dash dash line. The color of this box that's on the bottom left of my chart is the same color as my 15 EMA. If price reverses on us now, that's our smart stop. It's going to exit the trade at about break even. So you're not going to lose any money. Now you're in your profit window. Now you made 250 or 500. But when I always mention I like to watch a trade or two and watch the price action, this is what I'm referring to. I like to watch it do this. You know, when I see, hey, it's kind of found the ebb and flow of the market with the entries, and I feel really confident about trading it on my funded accounts. Well, Eckert, listen, I got to tell you, I hate to confuse you, but I would, if what you're doing is working, don't change a thing for the love of God. Never change something that's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate to give you mixed messages, but whatever you're doing is working. Here we go, another profit window right here. See if we can get in. ES20 range in the profit window. Bam. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Man, we're getting a big sell-off again today. The E-mini, the NASDAQ, straight down. Now my 20 range got my profit limit. We're going to do a new strategy with this, with these iBots. We're going to shut them down once they make, some of them we're going to shut down once they've made 1,500 or, let me see, this is the iBot ES20 range. Is that the bot or the drone? The drone. Let me check the iBot NASDAQ strategies. Something is amiss. I don't know what it is. These should be really going to town on short trades. Somebody had put, I think it was RJ, had put over the weekend a message. Let's go to our log. See if any NQ iBots even attempted. I don't see any NASDAQ iBots. Look at that ES scalper drone. Wow. That AI ES8U. That's another one, man. When that one gets it, look out. I was just looking at my drone for the month on that strategy. It's up $18,000. It took a lot of trades. This is the drone that trades like a drunken sailor, 23 hours a day. For the month of April, it's up 18,000 on this ES8U on my computer. Okay, it looks like my NASDAQ iBots now are trading. Let's take a look. Oh, my Volkswagen's in. This MES strategy also crushing it. Really been doing great. Let's take a look at the MES. April 21st. Man, I just can't believe how time is flying. Yeah, I would say, man, Eckert, I wouldn't change a thing. No way. There's Jack. Good morning, John. You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, um, John, because what we're doing is we're going to open up the guts of that. It's funny you mentioned that. Let me show you what we're going to do. The oh, thank you, Jorge. the If we go to new strategy, let's just look at the strategy parameters where the power play is. We're going to select. We always select the AI Auto Trader P in our available list, and right now it has just a power play, and you don't really see the inner workings of the parameters of that. Sergio's going to change this, John, and he's going to allow you not only to have it line up with the 20 Unarenko. This by default is hard coded without the flexibility of being able to adjust that parameter to a 20 Unarenko, an alignment to a 20 Unarenko when you check that in trend. He's going to open this up and allow you to select any data series. So if one of these other bots that's running on a different time frame, if you want to align it with a higher time frame, you'll be able to put your own. So we'll be able to use that filter for all of our strategies. We have something very similar. The bias is very similar to that. The C2 is similar to that. But the way this one reads it is, it's looking directly at the 50 and price on that higher time frame. So to answer your question, John, we're going to be able to set it up for all the instruments and be able to customize the data series of the higher time frame. I'm with you, though. I like to refer to myself as a snail. This 30 range I bought, I'm looking for the other profit target. I think we might have changed the strategy. Oh, look at that ES8UBC scalper. You know what? I don't want to mess with it. Let me put it back where it was. Well, if you missed David Wise's webinar on Saturday, he's really a wealth of information. I was there and watched it. He's got a really great methodology with Heikin-Ashi candles. It really clearly define the trend, reversals. Look at this. We're stuck in this. I call it consolidation. He likes to call it the, what does he call it? I always get tongue-tied on this. When it's in that ranging channel. Compression zone. He calls it a compression zone because it's the volatility is building up in that sideways action until it pops. In this example, it popped to the upside, but it goes sideways and builds up that velocity, builds up that compression, he calls it. And it comes shooting out of there like a shotgun. SLR. I think having, two revenue streams, there's nothing wrong with that. I would go with the one that you're doing the best with if you only want to do one, but with options, it doesn't require that much screen time. Neither does this strategy, really. I mean, for the last 2 or 3 months, I've been doing that morning trade, and after that, really just highlighting the other bots that are trading in the background. I'm curious where that VW is. Here's my open positions. My VW is up 400 on this current trade. Everything is short. Everything is short. I don't have one long position out there. It was, John. I'll put it in the chat here. He's really a great guy, and he's very, extremely knowledgeable. And he's actually going to be live. He comes on live after me. Okay, I'm going to put it on a notepad first. Now, David, in this video, David likes to, before he jumps right into the Heikinashi, he likes to lay down foundational information first, his process. So the information regarding Heikinashi, it takes him about 10 minutes to get there. And I noticed in the webinar, some people get a little impatient. So if you don't want to hear that foundational information, you can always fast forward to the 10-minute mark. Oh, darn. I want to say about a year ago, Eckert. So the Heikinashi training, let me put it together. You got me on right in the middle of my post there, SLR. Heikinashi training. Okay. So that's the David Wise video. Eckert, I believe it was about a year ago. So, John, if you're looking for the recording, it's right there. It's also on our YouTube channel. SimVW up 537. Got a lot of all these positions long, both of them are in the red. The positions that are in short are the ones that are cashing in. And there, we've got a bunch of them that are headed short. Starting to run up the score today. This is one of those days that the portfolio collaboratively and cumulatively just take it to a whole new level. This oh my goodness. Wow, look at this. Can you believe that? Man, I'll tell you what. Let's go to that 16U is an exciting strategy. I bought 16U. Man, I can't find it. Here it is. VW is at 1,000. Let's see that trade. Love that bot. Oh, it's in my window. Bam, it's up 875. Let me make sure this isn't loose. The SIM ES. Wow. Look at this profit target. Now that's going for a home run. ES and NQ. Yep. Thank you, Jason. Please hit the like button. Amen. Look at this. We've just got a leaderboard today that takes up the entire screen. Look at that. Compare it to our losing bots. This is really, every day is not like this, but on a day like today, it's hard to pick a losing bot. It's hard to pick a loser today. If we were to put this on just a one-day performance, and this is what Ron Nettles was talking about. Ron Nettles is a Vietnam vet. He mentioned to me, hey, if you were to trade them all on certain days, it makes a killing. Well, today, you'd be up 25 grand. Or if you took off my apexes, though, you'd be up about $22,000. That's the whole portfolio. The size account you would need to collect it, the max drawdown was 7,700. The way I selected the trades prior to the power play, John, was going strictly off my leaderboard. I would look at the bots that were performing the best in the current trading environment in today's session, and I would trade to get a trade in on one of the top bots on my leaderboard. Exactly. Also something to consider. If it's a PA account, I know what my risk tolerance is. I know how much I want to risk. So if I have to make a little adjustment, if it's trading two contracts like on the ES8U, I might go to one contract or the micros. Yeah, Jorge, I agree with you. We've got a real big sell-off going on. We're in a downtrend. Even gold is short right now. That's Tony C. I believe that's in my data series. If you go to your data series, the color for down bars and color for up bars is right here. So right click your chart and go to data series. Here's the PA accounts. Where we got today, 25,750 from January 15th to April 21st. So we just broke the $25,000 mark. Beautiful, beautiful equity curve. That's on a monthly. If I put it to a weekly, it'll be won't be as smoothed out, but it's still a beautiful equity curve. This 1 week here, I took a $900 drawdown times 3 accounts. And that was the only losing week that we've had since January 15th. And that's what you want on a live account or a funded account. Those drawdowns are painful. We've got about 5 minutes left. Really, I think just like Friday, capital preservation. That's always my theme. If you hit your loss limit, stop trading. You hit your profit target, stop trading. The number one strategy is this ES8U. We're going for real home runs on this ATM that you're looking at here on the left. Well, actually, that's not the one that's in first place. The one that comes out of the box is up $3,300. Now, that's a 2-contract strategy, but it is up $3,300. We had 2 one-day passes scored today. Param Roop was the beneficiary of the NASDAQ 30 range, and the ES 30 range also went all the way. The ES 30 always on top of our leaderboard. This UB test is an 8-unit Renko. The 8-unit Renko and 30 range on the E-mini did phenomenal. Dominated the leaderboard. Then the ES 20 range, bot and drone. Now we just added this technology to the iBot strategies. And what this is going to do is the bot is going to learn from the drone. We're using some AI with the iBot strategies. And the bot is going to learn from the drone what times of the day it does the best. And it's going to dynamically change its trading hours based on the performance. So we've got the bot and drones now for the iBots. That was one of our big updates that we released on Friday. So all of those iBots now come with that AI integrated technology that will have dynamically adjusting parameters. The NQ Smart Stop. This is our velocity, our 30 range velocity without the velocity filter. Didn't need it today. Didn't need it today. We had a beautiful trend to the downside the entire session. When the market opened, they did give us the old head fake, and the market went up at first. But it never could clear that area of resistance, remember? In the very beginning of the session. If we go back to 9:30, right here. The market open, it looked like it was going to try to pop up, and it kept bouncing off that upside resistance. And then finally, and this is where we finally got into our trade, but it bounced and broke right through support, and it never looked back. It just trended down from that moment on, the entire session. And it's still headed down. So they gave us the old head fake at the market open, and then it dropped just like it did in the London Open. In the London session, same exact thing. So the IBOTs, the 4U on the ES, the 30 range on the ES, up about $1,000. The ES 30 range bot is right back in, and it's up $300, 325. It's in a nice short position. The VW continues its winning ways. Let's take a look at the VW in April. John, this is kind of the process that I would go to select a bot that I was going to trade on my live account or my prop accounts. I would just familiarize myself with each one of the bots, which ones are hot, which ones are not, when they do it, the time of day that they do well. And the VW, if we look at the month of April on a summary, we're up $10,000. $10,000 in April on this SimVW. I always like to know when it does it. I'll go to my analysis and change it to half hour or hour of the day. And now I see on the entry times between 10, 11, right through 1 to 2 o'clock. It didn't have a bad session. But where it really thrived was between 11 and 12. It was up $5,000. So this is good information to have. But that VW strategy is up 10 grand from April 1st to the 21st. Power plays up 800 today. Velocity and Q30 range velocity. Mack truck. This morning, if you were with us earlier, all the Apex accounts got on with that power play, the automated prop trading template or live account template. We had Dr. Jensen come aboard this weekend. He's going to trade that power play on a live account. And man, I've been meaning to fund my Ninja account. I worry about my own emotions, with that live account. The Smart Velocity bot and Smart Velocity drone did really well today. So really, it was like I said, it's really hard to pick one that lost today. I only wish that it was like this every day, which it's not. But when it is, it sure is nice, isn't it? So that's really the power of, yeah, they are, John. You could give me a call. Well, I'll tell you. I would have to go through each one. They're minor adjustments. Most often, I like to play with the ATM strategy and maybe a few of the conditions to make them a little more conservative. Mostly with trade management. The best time to enable the 8 Unorenco on the E-mini? Let's go back to the drone that I really had extensive, a lot of data on. I'm going to enable all my 8Us that I have running. I have a sim one here. And let's go up to the ones that come out of the box, here and here. And we go to analysis, let's go to hour of the day and entry time. So this would be on my computer, and I encourage you to do the same on your computer. But if it was me trading it, I would look to trade between 10 and 1:30 or 2 o'clock. This is on the hour. Go right to 159. Wow, look at that bar. For some reason, between 1 and 2, it just really crushes it. But you can't go wrong with any of these bars, any of these times here. Does real well at the 6 to 7 window as well. It's had some success in the Asian market. So, Carol, that's the time that I have optimized on my computer for the 8U. All right. Well, that about wraps it up for me today. Listen, thank you very much for joining me today. Unfortunately, our Easter weekend is over. You know, my kids are home from school today, so they've got one more day to enjoy. But I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Listen, God willing, we're gonna come back to it again tomorrow, same time, same channel, and we're probably gonna we're gonna do a plug and play and repeat. We're gonna repeat that same, hopefully the same result too. But we're gonna go for that power play and try to make a 5 for 5 week. 5 for 5 this week. Let's do it. Have a blessed rest of your day, everybody. And if you would, please like my video here on YouTube. Gives us a little traction. Get some new eyes on our products and services here. Oh, you're welcome, Kirsch. Jean Dominique, the Haitian sensation. God bless you, my friend. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. So long. Don't forget David Wise coming up right behind me. He's on that SPY super system. Let's do it. Jorge, let's do it. 5 days in a row. We'll see you tomorrow.